The presenting sponsor of Moontower Soccer is FVF Law.
To find out what makes FVF a different kind of injury law firm, you can visit fvf.law.
And welcome, friends, to Swoontower Soccer. This is a soccer podcast that is all about the boys. I'm your host, Mike Cragnola.
And I'm Steph Cragnola. And today we're going full WELHAUSEN. Hey, Chris.
Hello, it's me.
Happy Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes, it is my holiday.
So we've been trying to get Chris on the show for a while, and we are so lucky to finally have him here.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Yeah, this feels very my speed, my element, like it's nice or whatever when I do Landon and Jeremiah a favor and go on the Moontower podcast, but this is much more my kind of discussions.
Yeah. I think that's true. I think you and I have bonded many a time over the attractiveness of our boys and just in general, the emotional side of the game.
Yeah,
and so,
I think that's why I'm really into this, the emotions. If anyone's seen me in a game, that's pretty clear.
There are a lot of emotions in professional sports. I'm not sure I love all of them, but I do love some of them.
Ooh, do you want like a very quick, wholesome WELHAUSEN family tidbit?
Yes.
This is so cute and it's so funny. This is a real thing. My niece and nephew, my nephew is obsessed with this team. I talk about him every once in a while. He is obsessed with this team. Like his room looks like the Verde store. It's like actually insane. But I found out one day when I was hanging out with them that they were like, "Oh, we need to show you. We saw you on the highlights." And I was like, for the game? I was like, "Oh, did it like show the crowd or something?" Like, yeah. They came and sat me down. And it was, I think LV puts it up, and it's like a video of the crowd reactions throughout the game. And they were sitting down and watching for the moments I would come on and was like screaming with like veins popping out of my neck. And they were like, "Look, there you are. Look how crazy you look." Like, I was like, "Y'all just do this? You just sit down and wait for me to appear?" And they're like, "Yeah."
When is your nephew coming to games? Do they have season tickets?
They don't have season tickets, but he goes pretty frequently. It's like all he asks for now.
Heck yeah.
I think it's becoming like a loose bartering system for my sister and brother-in-law, where they're like, "If you're good this week, maybe we can go."
Forget Elf on the Shelf. It's
Rodney Redis in the...
Yeah, I want to see where you go with this rhyme.
Yeah, I know.
I got nothing for you.
I ran out of rhymes. Help me.
It's just Rodney Redis on the bench. It doesn't rhyme, but it is true.
Oh no!
Ow! Okay, so today we're doing something really exciting, and I'm just changing topics. Today we are rounding out the year. It's our last Moontower of the calendar year, and a nice time for us to wrap up the season with our high school banquet style awards. We've got all of the roster of Austin FC, and we are going to assign them superlatives, like senior superlative awards, to wrap up the year. Celebrate everyone with a nice little treat.
I'm so excited for this.
Y'all sent me this idea, and I was like, "Oh, that's fun." And then I sat down to start writing mine, and I was like, "This is the most fun way to do this." Like, I hope you know, like I got in a very high school yearbook mindset, like very literally. Like, I think I may have a weird construct in my mind where I view them as my peers now, which is not the case. But I definitely played like emo pop punk music the entire time while I was doing it.
Perfect. Me picturing WELHAUSEN laying on his bed with the list of players, and like Reliant K is playing in the background as he like scribbles down, most popular next to some of these players' names. I'm so excited.
Now, listen, you say that you see them as peers, and I will say flat out, some of these players have played the same exact amount of Austin FC minutes as you, Chris. So
it's true.
With that said, let's get started alphabetically, totally random, with our boy Charlie Asensio.
Nice. So for Charlie, I went with a fact. And my senior superlative for 2022 for Charlie Asensio is most minutes on loan.
Mike, did you really go around in high school and write like facts about your friends in your books? Like,
He probably
they went to
did.
Panera Bread twice. Facts.
I was a little kinder with this.
Okay.
I'm giving him most mysterious.
Ooh.
Okay. I actually put most determined
Ooh.
because I felt like when he got loaned out to the USL, he kind of crushed it. And he's
Yeah.
got this confidence about him on his social media that I'm like, I think you were not wavered at all by getting sent out on loan. I think he's gonna come out guns a-blazing.
Yeah, and so for mine was like a combination, I think, of the two, right? Where like he spent almost the whole year on loan, but he played constantly. And so that's kind of where mine was coming from.
Well, the only soccer I watch is Austin FC, so he is a mystery to me, y'all. Who knows? He may have played 0 minutes for anyone else. You're telling me that's not a fact, but
I like how you say who knows, and Mike literally knows. This is based on knowing the answer.
who knows?
Impossible to say.
It could
It's
be
impossible to say.
So next up, we've got Steph's favorite Target friend,
This is a player that I do know.
Julio Cascante.
So I didn't run into.
Yes,
I
you did.
saw Julio and his wife at Target in a checkout line, and I furiously texted Mike, and I was like so excited and hyperventilating. And Mike was like, "Go say hi."
You gotta.
And I was like, "Absolutely not. I will not disrupt this man's Target experience."
I said, do it.
And so I did. I went out to him, and like, so I'm like getting sweaty thinking about it. So I went out and I was like, "I'm so sorry to bother you. I just wanted to say, like, I really appreciate you being here. You're really great." And like, that was cool. That was fine. He was like smiling and nodding. His wife's very pretty. They're the most put together people I've ever seen in a Target. And then as I walked away, I said, "Okay, I love you. Bye."
Did you really?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's amazing. And you know what probably happened? He probably turned around and was like, every time. Every time.
But like, that's the thing that I was thinking about afterwards, that I think that Mike is right in, these aren't guys who are getting accosted in public places frequently. Like, a lady, after he walked out, she yells across the Target aisles, "Who was that?" And I was like, "Julio Cascante." And she goes,
Yeah.
"Who?" And I was like, "An Austin FC player." "A what?" I was like, ma'am.
You were nicer than me. I would have been like, read a book, educate yourself, idiot. I do feel like it's like got to be the perfect balance of like stardom and MLS, especially in a market like Austin, right? It's like, I bet they do get recognized frequently, but not like Messi level where you can't leave your home.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was nice and fun. I blacked out a little bit. Anyway, best fashion.
That's your award?
Yeah.
Okay. Chris, what did you go with?
Mine is one that you probably couldn't write in a high school yearbook without sounding some alarm bells, but I wrote hottest dad.
Oh.
Because I feel like everyone knows he's hot, but I think he's also a great father. And so I really wanted to mix those two things.
I like that a lot. I was thinking along the same lines as Steph, and I gave him most fashionable 2022.
Yeah.
So.
Did you write 2022 at the end of all of yours?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to say it every time.
Great. Yeah, I think hottest dad is 100%
the
true.
right one.
So I support that.
Up next, we have our first loanee in, Washington Caruso. And I remember being very excited about this loanee. We this was the first time that Swoontower got to go to a player unveiling. And so that was pretty
Just
neat.
put a blanket over him. And
Yeah,
fold
it was
off.
so weird when Claudio pulled the blanket off him like a statue, but I'm new to this. Apparently that's not a big deal. So for mine, I went with sickest bicycle kick 2022.
Oh no. I had best bicycle assist.
Well, I could not stress enough how much I went on the high school kind of approach to this. So I put most likely to skip class because I feel like he just kind of disappeared and then we don't know why. So
Yep. I love it.
he can ride his bike outside of school grounds all he wants.
Oh man, someone who was not skipping class, Musa Jite, up next. So for Musa, I've got prom king.
Oh,
Well, okay, wait. Can we pause? I saw that. Please elaborate.
Like, I think that if the team was like electing a royal court of whatever they do at prom, you got your prom king or whatever, I think Musa would win prom king part 1. There's a part 2 to it.
got it.
That's
okay.
that's an enormous debate to be had. that
No,
we don't
I
have
think
time for.
he's so here's my thing. I wasn't popular in high school. I didn't get into high school. Like I was so
Wait, you. So
Did
what,
get
what
in or
did you
weren't
do?
Like, I didn't get into,
Were you
like-
not popular because they didn't allow you to attend?
What did you do after 8th grade?
I didn't like get into the high school vibes.
Oh.
But what I see as prom king, like prom king and queen teaching high school, is usually it's not the best or most popular or smartest. It's not the valedictorian. It's not the class president. It's like the one that kids want to like raise up the most. It's not really the like best person or most popular person. It's the one that they all think needs a little boost of support.
Things
That
have
feels
changed.
very Gen Z.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
me and Mike were like, not when we were there.
No.
Otherwise,
so
I would have had a
that's-
crown. But
Yeah, honestly, same.
Yeah.
just
I think
joking.
that's my experience with prom court as a teacher. I think is
I agree with
probably
that.
very different than ours, like our generation of high school.
Yeah, he feels very deserving of that specific kind of prom
Yes.
king label.
Exactly.
I second your vote.
Mine was Best Friends Part 1. 2022.
2022.
Steph, I think I know where you're going with your.
I feel like I know where you're going with
Yeah,
Best
yeah,
Friends
yeah.
Part 2. Like there are 2 prom kings in this team, and we know who they are.
I couldn't be more lost, so I'm excited to see what happens. But I picked for Musachite best hat, but in parentheses trick.
Ooh.
See what I did there?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
That was good. I like it. Now, the typical prom king.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Sebastian Drusi.
Actual prom king.
The God chosen king.
Yeah.
Is
yeah.
that your superlative?
No, I wrote like 10 for him. I think I just like him a lot.
Weird. Why?
Hard to say.
Could it be the reason the award that I gave him is the reason you like him so much? So my award for Sebastian Driussi this year is best 2022.
Great. 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 Cool. Chris, what about you? What'd you land on?
Mine's not clever. It's just I think I just put most likely to succeed because
Okay.
I think whether he spends the rest of his life in Austin and God grants all my wishes, or he goes off to other pastures, I think he will succeed regardless. So that felt like a safe
Yeah.
superlative to give.
Yeah. Yeah. I just put MVP. I'm just shooting straight.
Sure.
Listen, that loser Hani from the rival school gets no street cred from me, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, we all know what happened during county matches, you know.
Yeah. We're like barely getting into this, and I feel like the weird layered high school jokes are gonna be so elaborate by the end.
Yeah. I can't wait. All Our boy Diego up next. Diego Fagundes. Chris, why don't you start this one off?
Yeah, I picked most likable, which feels like a low-hanging fruit one, but I also think it holds the most weight because to be the most likable is saying a lot, but I think he is.
Yeah. I had best all-around vibes. And I think that's really, it goes hand in hand with most likable. Like, he is good on and off the pitch. He works hard. He's kind. He's involved in the community. Like, he's got all of it.
He's like the guy, like Caruso skips class and everyone's annoyed, but like Diego skips class and the teacher's like, he was probably helping his mom.
For me, Diego Fagundes got soccerist hair 2022. Like, soccer hair is one of my favorite things about soccer. And Diego, like, more than fulfills the soccer hair quota on the team. And without him, we would be really lacking in soccer hair. So
That's dead on. He's like, his hair is like an AI generator for just soccer hair.
Yeah. If you Google soccer hair, it's just pictures of Diego. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Hey, next year that will be in contest.
That's true. With Giassi coming in, Diego's going to have to step up his soccer hair game.
Yeah, but Giassi has like one soccer haircut. Diego has like had all of them. Literally all of them.
Fair.
Yeah.
Totally fair. All right, this is my favorite one. Ethan Finley. His award from me is Best Birthday.
Why?
Because it's my birthday.
I should have seen that coming. Okay. I was like, that's weird.
She just loves August 6th, okay? Leave her alone.
Yeah. We're just a bunch of Leos out here having a good time. Also, let me just say, Ethan Finley, a Leo? For real? Unless there's like a spicy side to him.
I mean, I feel like there's gotta be.
There has to be.
He literally dressed as butter for Halloween.
Have you seen his father's Twitter? There's clearly some spice in that family.
Yeah, he's like the strongest defender of Ethan Finley on the internet.
I'm not saying his dad's a Leo.
Wait, Mike, what was yours for?
Yeah, my award for Ethan Finley is Most Destructive to Los Verdes Slack 2022. Folks who are part of the Los Verdes supporters group and are active in Slack may know that the co-writer of our current theme song, Derek Ensign, nearly caused a full website collapse with his hot takes on Ethan Finley this year.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I just missed all that. What was his hot take?
Just that Ethan Finley is good.
Oh.
What?
What about you, Chris? What's your Ethan Finley?
I really like this one, and I would write it in his yearbook for record's sake. I picked for Ethan Finley, most likely to run down the wing and cross it into the box.
I'm sorry, and you made fun of me for writing a fact?
Oh my gosh.
I feel like Josh Wolf would see me writing and be like, that's a good one.
Yeah, Josh Wolf would just write +1 next to that comment. Like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
Have a cross-ass summer.
God, it's funny.
There's no transition. Ruben's up next. I love him.
What's your...
I could start this one.
Yeah.
Given the most recent rumors, I picked most likely to break your heart.
Yeah.
So, along those same lines, mine is all caps. Most likely to make me tweet to never ever leave us, please, 2022.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one. That's he's the most man of my jersey.
That's true.
That one made me laugh so hard for the rest. Like it was obnoxious how hard I laughed at that.
It just and this is why, let this be a lesson to you all. Don't personalize a jersey. Just start a podcast so that you can choose a new favorite player every week.
Smart.
At the end of last season, I was like, maybe I will get a Ruben jersey next season. Because, like, he is the most consistent man in my jersey this season. So, like, maybe we'll commit. And now look what happened. Look what I did.
I bet if you had
Yikes.
bought one, he wouldn't be trying to leave.
John Gallagher.
John Gallagher got most improved 2022 from me.
Okay. Most adaptable for me.
Again, sticking with the high school theme here, I picked most likely to give you a lift because I feel like he's one of those dudes just always there when you need him. You know, like, oh, we don't have a right back today. John's got it. Like, oh, we need a striker. John's got it. And this winger got injured, but Johnny in.
Yeah. I like that.
That's cute. Yeah, I like that a lot. He just really is that support.
Yeah.
Good guy.
All right. What do y'all got for Danny Houston?
Best skin.
I don't know why that feels so creepy. It's not a creepy thing to say, but
I mean,
it's funny.
It
Best
might be.
skin.
His skin is flawless.
Yeah. I wrote best skincare routine for mine.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike, I shouldn't have made fun of you. Maybe some of mine are too literal. I just said most Dutch. Like, I get that seems like a cop-out, but he is very Dutch.
He's very Dutch.
Like,
He was so excited to meet the queen. So factual, Chris. So factual.
No.
Most Dutch.
All right. I struggled with this next one.
With Hector? Hector
Yeah.
Jimenez?
Yeah. My instinct is to say Hector is the most normal person. And I don't know if that's like a mean thing to say, but like he just seems so like normal. And like it's not saying anyone else is like weird, but he just seems super down to earth and super cool and just like a person.
so
Sure.
I want to go next because mine is most underappreciated.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, like, no one scores that one goal that he did without having some real talent. Like, do you remember he like dribbled through
Yeah.
like 4 dudes and
He
ripped
chopped
in?
it back. Like,
Yes.
oh my God.
Like,
Yes.
I feel like because of his injury and just his general like normal demeanor,
Mm-hmm.
as you alluded to, like he's easy to overlook. But like when he comes in, he plays with some spice. Like, I feel like if he had Diego's hair, we would view him very differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I also think if he were able to pick his pants on the field, we would have different opinions because Hector Jimenez gets best pants 2022. I don't know if y'all have seen his fits the way that we have here at Swoontower, but that man has exquisitely fit pants and a lot of plaid.
He does love plaid.
He loves a plaid pant, and he looks really good in them.
Ooh.
So
That's a cool move.
yeah. Whether he's golfing with Jeremiah Bentley or golfing at Butler Pitch and Putt or showing up pregame, he's wearing them plaid pants and looking real cool.
That's my only real goal for this episode is that the next time they're golfing, he's like, so did you hear what WELHAUSEN gave me? You hear what he said?
Did you hear Chris's award?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. This might be my favorite. Kippy Keller.
Okay.
My award for Kippy Keller is best taste in food.
Oh?
Yeah, because
Really?
because he is the only person I can confirm on Austin FC has eaten a Panera mac and cheese bread bowl.
His face when you asked, man, he was excited.
So I asked Danny at the meet and greet what his feelings on a Panera mac and cheese bread bowl were, if he had ever eaten one, and he said he hadn't. And Kippy was sitting right next to him, and his face just like lit up. And he was like,
my
"Oh yeah,
gosh.
they're good."
This is not meant to be the insult it may come off as, but like Kip Keller screams, I eat at Panera bread to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I was born on a boat, and I eat at Panera.
Yes. Like not even in it saying that negatively. It just
Yeah.
that makes so much sense now that you pointed it out.
Yep. So best taste in food.
And I gave Kip Keller best hair 2022.
Oh, that's a good one.
Not soccerist hair, but best.
Okay.
He always looks coiffed like appropriately, that fits his vibe.
Mine may seem strange. I gave Kippy best leap because I have like a weird joy and fascination with him going for aerial duels. Like there's something, I don't know if it's his hair, I don't know if it's his lanky body. There's something like so violent and determined about it and like kind of unstoppable that I really love.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a force in the air for sure.
That's fun. That's a nice one.
Up next, we have the man of Chris Wellhausen's jersey for life, Freddie Kleeman. Chris,
I wrote in this one MVP, but I think I actually want to change it to what I would write in his yearbook, which is just, I love you so much.
Nice. I went real Wellhausen on this one. I wrote most likely to rupture his ACL 2022.
Oh, no.
Mike, that was hurtful.
It's a fact. It can't be.
Well, along those lines, I had most injured.
Okay.
But like it's not a value judgment.
Well, Freddie's probably too cool for y'all to write in his yearbook anyway, so I'm sure he wouldn't even see your hurtful comments and facts.
That is true.
Your hurtful facts.
Your hurtful facts.
Up next, we've got Jean Kolmanich.
Okay.
Wait, can I start this one? Because I really like mine.
Please.
Yeah.
Nothing like saying your joke is good before you tell it, right, folks? I wrote, it's not that funny. I wrote most likely to start a skinny jeans clothing line.
Ooh, that's true.
You know how like every European male from like ages 18 to like, I don't know, 50 has just like the skinniest jeans you've ever seen in your life. When I think about that phenomenon, I picture Zon Kolmanich's face.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, along those lines, mine is most likely to be a part-time model.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Mine was most likely to binge Netflix originals, and it's kind of it might require a little explanation.
No, I actually completely get that. Like you can explain if you want, but you said it and it made perfect sense to me.
So specifically, I was thinking about The Sandman and how the Corinthian as a character came out on the Netflix original with his round glasses and his very cool suits. And then all of a sudden, halfway through the season, Jean started dressing in very cool suits and round sunglasses. And it made me wonder, is this a man who watches a lot of Netflix original TV shows when he's not training? He doesn't stream like some of the other boys. I haven't seen him be super active on TikTok or like Insta. So he's got to be doing something with his time. And why wouldn't it be binging weird shows?
Why wouldn't it be?
Why wouldn't it be?
So that's his 2022 superlative from me.
All right. Okay. Speaking of the Sandman, next up is Damian Loss.
Go on.
Did we just establish a new nickname? Because I love it.
I don't know. Isn't there a character named Damien in that? It sounds like a demon name. It's
Probably.
So I don't actually know if that's true.
Listeners, if that's not true, tell Steph. If it is true, tell Chris.
Yeah.
For this one, for Damien, I've got most Danny's friend.
That's a great one.
That's good.
That's a
so
good one. I have got biggest curiosity 2022. I mean, here's a young guy. He played for Fulham. And now he's hanging out with some of our favorite characters in Danny, in Jean, in Kippy. Like, there's got to be something to him. But he seems pretty buttoned up on the socials front. And, we haven't seen him in action yet. So that's mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna put down most likely to impress. It's like a bit more optimistic version of yours.
Yeah.
Let me tell you one moment, and this is like entirely where I base this theory that he's gonna be a breakout star one day. They were like doing a little warm up before a game once, and it's just like stadium slowly filling up. It's all very lax. They're just kind of tossing balls into the goal, and he was like talking to someone just outside the goalpost, and someone shot one in, and as if like he clearly was not looking and anticipating his shot. He thought it was over, and he just like almost before he looked, like stuck his hand out and caught the ball. And it was one of the most insane things I've ever seen in my life.
Huh.
And no, it wasn't during a game, so there was no one to like confirm this with me and like celebrate this freak of nature move he just did. But it was like straight out of the Matrix or something. And I was like, is he like low key like a freakishly talented goalkeeper that we just aren't discovering because of our other freakishly talented goalkeepers?
Yeah. That's exciting.
I think about it all the time.
I would be really excited to see him get some minutes this year in some of the like extra competitions we're in.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Up next, we've got Nick Lima. Steph, what's yours?
Most muscles.
Okay. Yeah, I've got
Not necessarily the biggest muscles, but like the most of them.
Yeah. It seems like every part of him has a muscle.
Yeah.
He's built like a pit bull.
Yeah.
Like, he's a unit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was thinking back to the picture, and I went with hardest flexor 2022. It seems like every single one of our away room locker room pictures, he was flexing hardest every single time. So,
well, there's a theme here, kind of. I picked most likely to win a push-up contest.
what kind of high school did you go to?
A cool one where people were very descriptive in their awards.
And doing push-up contests in the halls?
Yeah.
Great.
Look, you look at Nick Lima and you know he like loves a casual push-up contest.
Oh,
like
guaranteed.
I think if I saw him in public was like, you want to do a push-up contest right now? He would be like, I've been waiting all night for someone to ask me that.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, on his wedding day, he would have been like, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. There's no way he didn't bench press his wife at the reception. There's no way.
Oh my God. All right.
Up next,
moving on.
Yeah, up next we've got Felipe Martins. Chris, what award did you give Felipe this year?
I awarded him best laminator.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Nice. Mike?
I awarded him biggest WELHAUSEN.
No, what? I awarded him best WELHAUSEN.
Yes.
So I had this conversation with Landon and Jeremiah, and because of the PG-13 rating on Moontower Swoontower, I really just don't like the term poop housing. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that censoring of it. Just, well, I don't know. I don't like it. So I offered a counter, and instead of saying like the word or poop houser, we just call it WELHAUSEN.
I love it.
Good.
Yeah. Well, glad we're on the same page for that.
Yeah, because
even if you stole my joke.
I didn't
hope
steal
Hector
your
brings
joke.
it up on the golf course. I hope he's like, did you hear what Chris gave me? Really well housed that one.
Yeah, once we see the Josh Wolf pre-game video where he's calling it, I want you boys to get out there and house some. I don't know.
It'll happen. I believe.
Okay. All right. Our social media star, Danny Pereira.
Yeah, I went again with the facts here. I gave Danny best social media 2022.
Okay. All right. Chris, what about you?
I couldn't decide. So I gave him most potential, which feels almost like a fact. And also curveball, best hair. I think super underrated hair on Danny.
He doubled up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a small class. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a small class.
It's a private school.
For Danny, I have got most artistic. And I think because, like, inspired by his presence in the Louvre, I think art is something that folks work really, really hard on and sometimes hits and sometimes misses. And I think that kind of sums up Danny's season. Like, there were some times when he knocks it out of the park, it is Louvre-worthy art.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that as he keeps growing, like, he's got so much more to give.
I've definitely seen paintings that made me feel less than when Danny passes a ball cleanly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you meant his like social medias, which are also art.
Also that. TikTok is art.
Up next, everyone's favorite Tomas Pochettino. I'll start. Mine was most fortunate to not be in town. 2022.
Oh gosh.
I had most in Argentina.
I really like that. I had somewhat similar, most likely to study abroad.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. All right,
Yeah.
we're at my favorite. Rodney Reddice.
Oh, nice.
You're gonna hate mine. You're gonna hate mine.
Probably, but I'll counter it with my own.
Yeah, you go first, Chris.
Sticking with the high school theme here, I picked most likely to be held back a year because everyone keeps saying they want to give him Austin FC 2 minutes, and I'm like, I guess that's the
Oh my
metaphorical equivalent of this.
Wow. Steph, redeem your son.
For the record, I like Rodney just fine, but he admittedly has done nothing.
Yeah.
Yep. I hear you. Mike, what was yours?
Mine was most driven to practice. And it's a pun
Oh, you mean like...
because Maxie drove him to practice literally all the time.
That's the best one. I'm sorry, like we can stop this now. That's the best one. That is so funny.
And apparently he's a practice king.
Yeah. So we did not see each, like we hid them kind of from each other as we were going. So I, was not reading Mike's jokes before we got here. So my award for Rodney is actually quite similar to what Mike gave Sebastian Driussi, and I am awarding him most best.
Most best boy.
Most best boy.
The only other thing I'd say as a compliment to Rodney Redis is I don't think he would win the smile contest, but he does have the purest smile.
He does.
He's such a pure heart.
Is
Yeah.
just such an angel.
Yeah, like I'd trust him with like my dog, you know?
Yeah.
Like if he smiled at me, I'd be like, yeah, you can watch it for a minute. It's fine.
You can pet him.
Honestly, I guarantee Rodney Reddish would have a 5-star review on Rover.
Yes, absolutely.
Sweet Rodney. Okay. Emiliano Rigoni.
Mine's newest, 2022.
Oh no.
I don't know. Jury's out. Like I was debating between newest and like most musically talented.
You could have said most musical. Most in a band.
You're right.
For Emmy, I gave him most Disney because besides the fact that he looks like sexy Jafar,
Sure.
I think that there's music in Disney. Not everyone loves it all the time, but like there is always music present. And also I think that every Disney hero has a journey. And you see these characters, and maybe they start at the top and then they fall down through their trials, and then they're able to work their way back up to like their happy ending. And I really think that's what's going to happen for Rigoni. Also, people have really high expectations of Disney movies and then like to crap on them a bunch when they come out. So most
I'll be
Disney.
real. When you gave him that one, I was like, where's she going with this? But you really brought that one home. That
Yeah.
was dead on.
Thank you.
I'm impressed.
Thank you so much.
I'm giving him most optimistic because despite not exactly delivering on the field, he never seemed very like impacted by it. Like the confident man, and I respect that.
Yeah.
I like it.
Speaking of confident, Captain Ring.
Oh boy.
What do we got?
I'm giving Alex most Alex Ring because I don't know how to describe the energy he gives off. It's just him, but man, is he it?
He's got a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Mike.
I gave Alex Ring the 2022 most likely to play a Bond villain award.
Yes.
Just all of his pregame fits and postgame fits really give off, Daniel Craig is chasing me through a subway, firing at me. I don't know what it is, but there's just something about it.
Okay. I gave him most protective because I think that he really has that like protect his boys. If it's gonna come to blows, it's gonna come to blows. He's gonna fight, but
Sure.
he will fight to protect his team and his team's fans, and I like that.
Oh yeah, sure. Like at the Copa Tejas when he almost hop the rails to defend the fans from the security in Frisco.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
Up next, we have Johan Romagna.
Prom King Part 2.
Best Friends Part 2, 2022.
Wait, he was both of your part twos?
Yeah.
This is so crazy because I just wrote part 2. Like, I didn't even know why. I just wrote it. How weird. No, he is my most unstoppable force because I feel like if he is like at a full sprint coming at you, like there's just nothing you can do. Like you're gonna lose the ball, you're gonna get knocked over. Like there's no winning that moment. So
yeah, I debated going biggest muscles for Romagna, where like Nick Lima has the most muscles, Romagna has the biggest ones. But like it's 2022, Gite and Romagna are going to be elected dual prom kings, and that's our prom court. So that's just what's going to happen.
That's true.
It's the world we live in.
Yeah, their bromance is literally my favorite thing about this team. I know we were just talking about how if Ruben leaves, it'll be sad, but like players leave all the time. If Musa Gite and Johan Romagna leave, I will be shattered. I don't know what I'll do anymore. My whole world will fall apart. Watching those two on the sideline when they're warming up together, watching them like on each other's stories when they're driving around and one of them is singing songs in French and the other doesn't know the words, or vice versa in Spanish. It's just the purest, most adorable thing in the whole world. So.
I think we should make a like illustrated children's book about their friendship and how you don't need to like communicate clearly. You just have to be friends.
Yeah.
No, that's a really good idea.
$1 million
copyright 2022. Chris WELHAUSEN, do not steal.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that so much. Now we've got Jared Stroud. What do you guys have?
I don't really have a superlative, but the award I know he deserves is cross country champion of Texas 2022, because the boy does nothing but run.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. I have most at trivia. Because, like, I know he went to a trivia thing once.
That's true. He did a Pluckers trivia.
I love how many of y'all have written, like, I know one fact about you, and that's your award.
Jared Stroud's...
Welcome to Swoontower.
Jared Stroud's 2022 award for me is the Memorial He Plays For Us Award 2022. Multiple times at the end of the season, I was surprised that his name was still on our roster sheet. And I feel like every year we will have at least a couple of these. And so Jared was mine for 2022.
Sweet.
Love it.
Sad. Jared. I don't know if he's sad. I don't know if that's true.
Now he's in St. Louis. Like he got traded for. People want him.
And he's like built for St. Louis's system. He got the transfer he needed. You know, his parents moved. I don't know where this high school metaphor goes, but yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Fine. Brad Stuver, best person.
Nice. Yeah, I went Human of the Year 2022.
Nice.
That's a good one. Yeah, I just said best for him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was my best.
I like that we all had a best. Just no explanation needed. Andrew Tarbell's up next.
Mine's a little controversial. I went with Most Scapegoated 2022.
Ooh, that is really good.
Yeah.
I feel like he got blamed for a lot of stuff that wasn't necessarily his fault because he wasn't getting minutes. And so when you come off the bench cold like that, like it's hard. Also, he saved that Houston game for us.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
Chris?
Yeah, mine's another one that would be like messed up to write in a yearbook, but I said most unlucky because I feel like he came in, we were all like, yeah, he'll be the starter. And like, then of course, out of nowhere, Brad Stuver is like the breakout of the century.
Right.
And then on top of it, like, he's a good goalkeeper. It just felt like there's these games where it's like, man, you're just having that like unlucky game. It just kept happening. But like, I still think he's a very good goalkeeper.
Yes. Yeah. He's always in the right place. Like it just, poor guy.
Most daddy.
Oh, boy.
Next.
Yep.
Next. Yep.
Maxi or Rudy?
Mine's obvious for Maxi. I just put class clown. Like he's got to be. That is who he is.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
That is good. I've got best pitch vibes.
Nice.
Mm.
I went with best cook
Okay.
2022. Everybody, sorry, Felipe, everybody said Maxie's asados were better. So, gotta rep that.
I'll buy it.
Next up, Johan Valencia. I'm really happy with mine. So
Let's
I'd
hear
like most enjoying the USA 2022.
No.
He
He's very
seems so
wholesome, isn't
happy. Yeah. Like
Mine is most wholesome social media. So yeah.
Yeah. At first, I thought it was just like his beautiful smile, but I was like, no, you really are.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
you earned
so
that
pure.
smile, sir.
he just seems like such a good guy.
Yeah.
And he seems like he's having so much fun here. Every time we've got an international break and he's not like needed back home or whatever, he's going on a trip. He's seeing something here in the States. You can tell that like the vibe is right for him and he's really making the most of his opportunities. So
Yeah.
I think that's really sick.
I'm giving Johan Valencia most in love because, man, him and his partner, just like the way he like talks and looks at that woman.
Yeah.
Goodness.
It is
Goodness.
incredible.
Yeah.
Wars have been fought over less love than he exudes in a single Instagram post.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really, especially this week, they're on like some island with a whole bunch of animals, pigs and lizards and sharks and dolphins, and it's very sweet and very cute. And I think they just got married, is that right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, their
Congrats.
wedding looked insane. It looked like the most ridiculous party in the whole world. And
Ugh.
he had this amazing, like, 30 for 30 style documentary done about him and his wife. Like, it was
Are you
it was
joking?
wild. No, like, it's amazing. And it's all centered around Deportivo Cali. Like, so cool.
Every time I feel like I'm like pretty romantic and I do something, I'm like, yeah, I killed it on that one. I like see his Instagram, I'm like, I am trash. I am trash.
Such a
I should be
bad.
propelled into the sun.
Yeah. Why are you with me?
He's an impossible standard. They're just so
He
cute
really
and so
is.
sweet.
Yeah. Ugh. Anyways,
Speaking
who's
of
next?
sweet little child,
Sweet cherubic Owen Wolf.
best teenager.
Aw.
Yep. He's our 20 under 20. He's our number one.
Number one under 20.
Mine is most driving himself to practice.
Wow, is that a dig at Rodney?
I would never, Chris. How dare you?
Wow.
Leave Rodney alone.
Yeah, Mike.
No, so Steph made fun of me for this, but the first time I met Brad Stuver, I had one journalistic question for him. And I said, hey, man, I know you're here at this incredible fundraiser raising money for Equality Texas, but I got to know, man, I got to ask an important Austin FC question. And he's like, all right, man, what's up? And I was like, who drives Owen to practice? And Steph was like, wait, you took up this professional man's time to ask him a question
Oh
about
my
someone who
God.
isn't even him? I was like,
That is so good.
it's the most important question I have. Everyone knows Brad Stuver's amazing. Nobody knows how Owen Wolf gets to practice.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
I gave Owen teacher's pet. And I'm not even like saying that as a slight of like, oh, you nerd, you just do everything Josh wants. But like he's got to be Josh's dream player. Like truly,
Yeah.
like if you had a different last name and we scouted this guy, we'd be like, well, this is a 10 out of 10 for old Joshy
Yes.
because goodness.
Well, and Alex
Yeah.
Ring loves him, like loves him.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? Earlier this year, Alex was like, if he had any other last name, he would have been playing for us last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think Teacher's Pet is perfect because he clearly just wants that, like, approval of the leadership of his, like, high
And
school.
I can relate to that, you know?
Oh, my God, same.
I too seek approval, but
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
gosh.
Speaking of a wolf,
Yeah.
Josh Wolf, what do we got?
Speaking of approval, I crave. No, I gave Josh Wolf Teacher of the Year.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like that.
That's
Mike?
good. I gave him most doubted 2022. When we came into the season, everyone was talking, should Josh stay? Should Josh go? Look at him now.
I gave him most dad.
It's true, though.
Yeah, not just because of
Yeah.
Owen. I just think he's got massive, like, dad vibes. Like, he cares so deeply about his team, and he's gonna, like, hype them up to do their best. Like, he expects the best from them. He has high standards, and he's willing to help them get there. Like, it's just a very dad vibe from him.
Yeah, I agree.
Not to be confused with most daddy.
Right, no, different.
Yeah.
And I will say, too, about most dad, that, like...
I'm sorry. That Y's doing a lot of work.
You got that extra D in there, too, Chris.
Careful. This is PG-13. We decided.
Oh,
So,
man.
the other thing about Josh that gives off massive dad energy is when he says something that is like believable and factual and also cool, it comes off super weird. Like, and he doesn't mean it to. He's just a dad. That's just how it is. When he says things like we have the best supporters in the league, I really think he believes it.
Mm-hmm.
It just comes
I
off
agree.
so weird and dad. But like if a player says it, we're like, heck yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's all everything he says is just sent through this like bonobos filter where you're like, I know you're telling the truth, but I feel like I can't trust you.
Oh, my gosh. All right, we've got one more.
Yeah, we've got assistant coach to the most dad man on the team, Davey Arnaud.
This is veering into, like, having to know about soccer to, like, know who he was when Mike put him on the sheet. I'm just going to give him most assistant. So we can just get that out of the way and you guys can
Sure.
bring it home.
Steph, is there a chance that maybe you ran out of time and quickly wrote a few of these?
What? Wow. Wow, Chris.
You're not supposed to say the quiet part loud,
How
Chris.
dare you?
Jeez.
All I'm saying is Owen Wolf would never.
For Davey Arnaud, I gave him most likely to lead a rival team to victory at Q2.
What? I hate that.
I know, me too. And
Because, like, you think he's going to move on as a head coach somewhere
yeah,
else
I
and be
think
really good?
eventually he's going to be an unbelievable head coach.
Can
And-
we mute Mike? Am I
Yeah.
allowed to request that as the guest?
We actually can't because if we mute him, then I'm muted also.
Oh. Ugh.
I'll cut his
Yeah.
when I'm editing.
Yeah.
What'd
Yeah,
you
Mike,
give him, Chris?
That upset me a lot. I'm going to go a different route. So I gave Josh Wolf Teacher of the Year, and I'm giving Davey Future Teacher of the Year
Ooh.
because from everything I've heard about his just personality and how close he is with Josh and like tactics decisions, he seems like if Josh gets a new opportunity and leaves, he's the clear pick for our new head coach. And I have a feeling he'll do even better.
All right.
So
I
I feel
like
like
that.
I feel like we said the same thing, just with a
No,
different.
we
No,
didn't.
because
We didn't say
in
the
Chris's
same thing.
world, we're still winning.
Yeah. Houston
Listen.
could never lure him away. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I said a
Correct.
rival team. So like to me,
Ooh.
Wow.
a rival has to be a team like LAFC, like a good team. You know,
That
that
makes
is
me
like
less
we're
upset, but still.
All right. Listen, that concludes our Swoontower Superlatives 2022. I want to give a round of applause to everyone on our roster for being there.
yeah. 2022 as a team. Ooh, as a team, what award would you give Austin FC?
Best team in the world.
Chris?
Best team in the world.
Great.
Come on.
I'm going best team in the universe.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah,
All
that's
right.
actually well put. Well
Yeah.
put.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. So we do want to wrap this up with our rapid fire questions for our very good friend Chris. We are going to throw some things at you, and you are going to yell some things back at us. Are you ready?
Yeah. Definitely prepared answers for these. So it'll be quick. Let's do it.
Let's
Perfect.
do it. Best smile in Austin FC.
Sebastian Drusi.
Yes.
Best fashion sense.
Lucas Conte, come on.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Who would you run through a wall for?
Ruben, every wall in Norway. I will
Yes.
run through it if you stay.
Whose pose in the picture is your favorite?
John Gallagher.
Nice.
Who Panera mac and cheese bread bowls, yes or no?
Yes, I haven't tried it, but would be interested.
All right, okay. Panera date, I see it.
What would you carry in your toiletry bag?
Oh gosh, I don't have a quick answer to this.
Yes, you do.
I'm just going to say toilet paper.
None of that Q2 swill for Chris. He's a 2-ply only man.
Look, man, when you've lived the experiences I've lived, you know what you need in the moment. I'm just kidding. I don't know what that's supposed to allude to.
All right. And who is the man of your jersey?
Danny Carrera, always and forever.
I love it. That's really nice. Chris, thank you so much for being here and doing this.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on. For what it's worth, I think you guys are just the best.
Oh, stop.
We're no Johan Valencia.
No.
But
none of us are. Right?
Who could be?
Come on. Every compliment is taken with a grain of salt that we're not Johan Valencia.
Chris, where can people find you?
Oh, I'm still on Twitter before it completely burns to the ground. I think it's at Chris WELHAUSEN. I genuinely always forget. And then that's the only place to find me until I figure out how to set up a post news account. Just follow me there if you want.
Okay.
Amazing. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Remember to rate, review, subscribe, and share. Take a look at patreon.com/Moontower Soccer. And have a happy holiday.
Also, come join us on New Year's Day for drinks outside the stadium or whatever the heck the boys are calling it. We're going to be hanging out and drinking beverages on a street like weirdos. It was the first time I met Jeremiah Bentley, and it was so much fun, and I cannot wait for this year's New Year's Day outside drinks with friends.
Yeah, I also can't wait for that. Also, keep an eye on social media because Mike and I still have to do, as they mentioned on Moontower, we still have to do our penalty kicks for our World Cup bracket winner. So that's going to be coming up soon.
Yeah, I will publish the video when I dominate in World Cup penalty kick shootouts.
He probably will. So
you can hear the confidence in his voice.
Yeah.
It'll be on, I'll put it on Twitter on my account, FutureX Skeleton, which is also my post news account. I got one of those. I got lucky. I love post. It feels like 1998 internet, and it's the best. So find me on there if you're on there. It's really fun.
Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next time.